Hi, Mitch Winger back with another video on data analytics and machine learning. In this video, we'll look at some Tableau basics. Hope you enjoy. Okay, let's get started with Tableau basics. Here we can see Tableau on a Google Trends over the last year. And you can see Tableau with the blue line is the leading search term when it comes to the top 5 visualization software vendors, with Power BI being right there in the mix and the other 3 pretty far down there. And this works whether you're using the actual company name or topic name or the search term itself. So Tableau has had a lot of play, whether it be on CNBC or one of the investment channels, just from its stock, but also in the data visualization field itself. So Tableau comes with 3 basic products. Tableau Desktop is what you can download to your computer and run. There's a version for both Windows and Mac. So you can run that. At the corporate level, it costs about $2,000 per license, so it's not a cheap tool. As some of the other vendors start to make inroads in the marketplace, they may have to adjust their pricing, but right now it's a pretty costly proposition to run Tableau enterprise-wide. And of course, Desktop allows you to read and write Tableau files. Tableau does have a free reader, so that you can take a Tableau workbook someone else has created and open it up and look at it, much like there are readers for different types of Office files. Desktop allows you to make connections to lots of different data sources, Excel spreadsheets, many different databases, Access, Oracle, DB2, SQL Server. Tableau Public is an online version of Tableau. You can actually do authoring work in Tableau Public. It is free. You can also submit Tableau files that you have created on the desktop to Tableau Public, and Tableau Public will then make them available for someone with the appropriate link to view. So there's a web data connector, so you can connect to other web resources as well. And then Tableau Server is what you would typically see at a company level. A company may install a server in-house, or they may contract with Tableau to provide a Tableau server for them. And they have Tableau servers that you can access at the education level as well. And here you can see pricing starts pretty high and just moves up just depending on how much activity you have on it. And the thing about Tableau Server versus Tableau Public is it's private to your organization, so other people can't go and find your Tableau publications, and it has full authentication capabilities. All right, so these are the products. If you happen to be a student, you can gain access to a 12-month license to Tableau Desktop that gives you all the capabilities and lets you run it with no restrictions for 12 months. Just go to this link here and you'll be able to download it and install it on your computer. So Desktop is the product that you see on your computer itself, but they also have Tableau Online. That's that hosted server. Again, you can set that up so different users use it. The Tableau server also provides full authentication. There's that free reader we were talking about. It can read and it actually interact, so you can't actually save new stuff in the Tableau file, but you can click and drill down into various things. And then, of course, education and nonprofits have their own pricing models. So note that Tableau Public, you're going to have to create a separate account for Tableau Public than you have for the Tableau account you used, maybe your education account, to gain your Tableau license, your academic license. So if you don't already have a separate Tableau Public account, you'll have to create one before you can publish there. Now, if you happen to be in my class, you will have a mix of assignments. Some you will submit to Tableau Public. Others you will submit a TWB or TWBX file to wherever I ask you to submit it. All right, so that's Tableau in a nutshell. Tableau has 3 different file types. TWB is your standard Tableau workbook. So this includes all of the visualizations you have created, any dashboards, any stories. It also has all the rules that you may have created to develop calculated fields and functions and things like that. The next version is the TWBX. So one thing to note about the TWB is it does not have your data. So whoever uses your TWB has to have access to the data. And that's where the TWBX comes in. The TWBX is actually just a zip file. You can change the extension to zip, and you'll see inside there you've got a TWB and the TDE pulled together. And that gives you your TWBX, which includes your Tableau workbook and all the data. So obviously, if you're working with a very large data set, your TWBX is going to be much, much bigger than your TWB. So if you know that the recipient has access to the source data, you can send them the TWB. And then the TDE is a Tableau data extract, especially if you make calculated fields or do some drill downs and want to save that data elsewhere. A TDE is a way you can do that. So that lets you save the data that's associated with your workbook separately. All right. So those are the nuts and bolts of Tableau. You'll find that Tableau has done a really good job of putting together training videos. There are dozens of them out there. At the very least, you want to make sure you get through the getting started training video, which will take you maybe an hour, hour and a half or so to get through if you're practicing along. Now, for our purposes, we're going to focus mainly on visualization use in analytical dashboards. So we certainly won't cover everything Tableau has to offer, but we will hit a fair number of basics. We'll start with things that you've done maybe in Excel. We'll do some scatter plots. We'll do some bar charts. We'll do some line charts. We'll do some trend lines. We'll start to do some data mining with Tableau and see what it can do with regards to clustering. We'll also investigate maybe some interaction effects. If you've got a target variable, but you've got independent variables or features that have an effect on other features rather than the target variable, we call that an interaction effect. So you can see how to use your visualizations to help you there. One other thing to note on Tableau is that they recently changed the way you create links between data sets and data tables. And this came out sometime mid-June in one of the June 2020 updates. So it may be slightly different than the approach you see in training videos that are already out there. It's a fairly easy transition. You might be able to figure it out all on your own fairly easily. All the concepts are still the same. It's just a matter of they set up the joins that you can create now by table rather than by the entire data set. So that's it for this intro to Tableau Basics. I hope you found it useful.